everyone. Back again with Show and Tell. Alex is here with
Nine dolls.
with, well, let's see, is there nine? One, two, I thought there were eight. Oh yes, nine dolls because we have in the back of this wonderful thing a small child on the back of a woman, and it represents something that I'm not quite sure of, but I'm so enamored of it. And we're going to look into, Elizabeth's going to look into the Chinese characters and what the meaning might be. So that's my first piece that I wanted to show today, and it comes from an estate sale. I got it very inexpensively. No one seemed to know anything about it, but I just treasured it immediately. So it has been it has been with me for quite a number of years. So that's number one for today. And then I wanted to show you Howdy Doody, for those of you who remember the 50s TV show where Howdy Doody, a menacing little creature that he was, would get involved with all kinds of people in the cast. There was Princess Summer Winterfall and Clarabelle the Clown, and so there were a lot of interesting characters. This is paper mache, is my guess, and it's probably about 75 years old, something like that. It's also a shaker, so we call it a duty shaker. And you may want to take another look at that. Yes, well, interesting paint job on it. I thought it was quite impressive.
The smile.
Yeah,
really
nice.
Interesting red paint detail.
Yeah, it's kind of scary too.
Looks a little bit like somebody I know.
Oh yeah, okay, okay. I had it in my room, my studio, for a long time, and a little kid happened to visit and was very frightened. and she ran out of the room. I said, "What's the matter?" She said, "I don't like that man. Yeah, I don't like that man." And so she wasn't talking about me. So I immediately turned him around, and then she was okay with it. So, anyway, that's my second contribution for today. Whoops, we need time.
Yeah.
Putting it back to
Head first.
Head first. Yeah. Okay. And then we have a very, very interesting, I believe, Nigerian ebony wood carving, and the carving is it's actually a letter opener, and I'm going to show you the front view. It's a monkey with hands or paws. No. What do they have? Those monkeys.
I'm thinking hands also.
Yeah, hands over the mouth. And the meaning here is speak no letters. Speak no letters. Don't talk about what's in the letter that you have received. Would you like to take a closer look? Any questions about this little guy? I've opened many a letter with it, and I have kept very quiet about what the contents of those letters were.
Yeah. Is this like the see no evil, hear no evil, speak
well,
no?
I think, yes, a variation on that. And I also have a carving, I believe, of alabaster with the three monkeys, see no evil, say no evil, hear no evil. But this is perhaps and it's pretty lethal at the same time in case you got a really bad letter.
Yeah. Very nice.
So that's, maybe you'd help me with that. Yeah. Thank you, appreciate that. And then finally, we're going on to perhaps the best piece in the collection. And this is the Day of the Dead band. We have a singer and we have two accompanying musicians. And I'll show you, it's encased in a little red box. And the very interesting thing about this is that there is a nice backdrop with a really interesting, I thought they were discs, records perhaps, but perhaps it's just a decorative thing. There's a see-through top as well as the front is see-through, and it's totally encased and they're glued down, and it's meant to be a mantelpiece. Quite lovely. Been purchased in Mazatlan, Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when was that?
On a trip about 6 years ago, my wife and I love to cruise ocean vessels, and so we went to Mexico, particularly in Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta, and they have some interesting things, particularly the Dawn of the Dead, the Day of the Dead. That was actually a slip for Romero's film.
Yeah, the horror movies.
The horror movies.
I caught that.
Another interest.
And I'm also curious if on that cruise you had adopted a particular persona.
Yes,
I was wondering that. Who bought this?
On that cruise, I was a psychologist. Well, that's a role that I feel very, very confident.
It's not so far off.
It's not so far
Yeah.
off, yeah. I don't have the final license, but I've done all the field work, and I've worked with some great psychologists, and I think I'm better than most people practicing, and that's modest. And I could tell that from the success I've had with people who have been, in a sense, a client. And the reason why I can say that I feel that I'm better is that I sort of get right to the point. I like to zero right in on the point and not meander about and play with things, you know.
Well.
Yeah, yes, that's right. That's right. This is a very good example when we get back to Howdy Doody the Shaker. He would not fool around. He would get right to the issues at hand. So those are the 4 show and tells for today, and I'm delighted that you're interested in them, and I'm happy to show them.
Thank you.
They are real treasures. Yeah. So.
Cool. Very cool. Thank you.
All right.
All right. There we have it.